Hi there, it's the 22nd of February 2014, I think. Um, yeah, I searched on YouTube the title Why I Don't Drive, and I watched about, 15 videos, and the reasons people gave were either in their country there's several stages to the driving test, and at some point in those stages they'd managed to accrue points against their license which prevented them getting their full license, or people had some kind of illness which prevented them, or there were some, quite a few actually, vacuous American girls going, "Oh, I'm just too ditzy to drive," and none of them came up with the same reason that I have for why I don't drive, which frankly amazed me. I thought someone would do at least one video, but no one. Okay, well, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll probably guess the first and foremost reason why I don't drive, and that's because of the damage it does to the environment. And as an individual, probably the most significant impact you can make when it comes to the environment is choosing not to drive. Everything else you do that destroys the environment you're pretty much forced to do, but driving isn't one of them, and it's not that hard to give up. I've never done it. I've never passed my test, and I don't intend to ever do so. Okay, so what tends to happen when it comes to how the conversation goes when I tell people I don't drive? Or, well, what usually happens is the conversation goes something like this. Someone says to me, I should learn to drive. It will enable me to do this, that and the other. It will give me more freedom. It will enable me to make more money, etc., etc. I tell them I don't want to drive. They ask me why. I tell them. Then they get all defensive because they drive, and they'll call me a hypocrite because they remember a time I might have got a lift somewhere or something like that. But aside from the actual environmental costs, the manufacture of the car and the fuel, the oil that it uses, and what that's doing to the planet, aside from all that stuff, there's an often overlooked aspect of cars, which is how much we've built our societies around them and not around people. And when you consider a few things, this starts to become really glaringly obvious. Yeah, I mean, for instance, if you consider how much more likely you are to be killed by a car, drugs, terrorists, all those things, they're all far less likely to kill you than a car is. But yeah, on top of that, then there's the social cost of cars, and something you'll hear people talk about a lot these days is the loss of community, and people don't know their next door neighbours and that kind of talk. And this is clearly down to everyone having motor cars. You can go and socialise with people who live 30 miles away. You can go and work 30 miles away, and you can go and do your shopping 30 miles away. You don't need to have anything to do with your local community at all. You can live amongst them, but live in complete isolation. Yeah, so regardless of the fact that cars are highly polluting, and the manufacturing of them is highly polluting, and that they're dangerous and they kill lots of people, and they are affecting how our society is structured and has caused loss of community. Another big impact they have on us is the infrastructure, i.e. the roads, take up huge amounts of space. So yeah, the story with roads, in the UK at least, this footpath, this is quite an old right of way, certainly many hundreds of years old, and it's kind of an accident of government planning that this isn't a road, probably because it didn't go anywhere, or go anywhere significant, because what happened was a map was sent to London with well-used rights of way on it, some of which may have already been tarmacked, but yeah, when they decided to tarmac all the roads, it was kind of a case of some guy sitting in an office looking at a map saying, well, that one doesn't go anywhere important, so we won't bother tarmacking that. That one does, so we'll tarmac that. And yeah, like I say, you can see how this path is actually continued by a road on the other side of here. Yeah, and you can see now how this path, is actually the same right of way as that road there, which did get tarmacked because it appeared to go somewhere, and the tarmac stopped at the footpath back there. Whereas this road here used to be a mud track when I was a child, and is now this huge, wide piece of road there where housing estates been built close by. So down here you've got a town which was originally designed around human beings and the horse and cart, but I don't know if you can see that traffic moving down there. That's where a main road was built through the middle of the town to ease congestion, and that road went through businesses, residences, loads of buildings. People had to move, businesses had to move, and they probably got compensated, but it's a great example of how we allow the car to take complete precedence over our environment and the way we live, and it shapes everything. So yeah, I find it pretty hard to justify driving a car, and so I choose not to do it. And as I said, the reasons, it's just that they destroy the environment, they destroy our structure of our culture, they're dangerous, and roads take up a huge amount of space. Yeah, we really have built our society around the motor car and not around human beings, and I'd really like to see some of that taken back.